Okay, so we're looking at the essay describing an object, a descriptive essay still, titled My Personal Notebook. So let's jump into our analysis of the whole essay. And the questions are, number one, how many paragraphs are there in the essay? Just to give us an idea of the length. And number two, what is each paragraph about? Again, talk to your classmates, your teacher, think about it by yourself. When you're ready, continue. So question number one, which you had the chance to think about, is how many paragraphs are there in the essay? Again, same reason for as the previous essay, there's 4 paragraphs, and we've chosen this model here so that you actually focus on learning the genre, and then if you want to add and make it a 5 or 6 or 7 paragraph essay later, you just need to add body paragraphs. But it has 4 paragraphs, 1 introduction here, okay, that I'm highlighting now, 2 body paragraphs, the ones you have over here, and the conclusion, the one that I'm just highlighting right now. Okay, so what is each paragraph about? So the first paragraph is an introduction to the writer's notebook, introduces the topic, right, and probably justifies a description. The second paragraph, or the first body paragraph, is a physical description of the diary. The third paragraph is a description of why the diary is important, of the diary's meaning to the writer. And the conclusion recapitulates or restates the main points and also adds something else and wraps up the topic or closes the essay. And we're going to see that in detail when we talk about this particular conclusion. So that's basically the essay as a whole. Right, so now moving on to the introduction, or paragraph 1 in the essay. Question number 1, what is the effect of the very first sentence on readers? What we mean by effect is, what does the sentence make readers think about, or how does it make readers feel? That's basically what we're trying to get at. Number 2, what 2 elements about the notebook will the writer focus on in his or her description? Pause if needed, get back when you're ready. So let's analyze the introduction of this second essay, which is a description of an object and titled My Personal Notebook. So first question in the introduction, what is the effect of the very first sentence on readers? Again, as we saw before, usually the very first few sentences in an essay, they not only introduce the topic, but try to grab the reader's attention by providing a hook. The hook here is provided by the fact that the writer states that this is something that he has kept for over 20 years. It's a very special object. So using a little bit of suspense here and to get the reader really interested in the description, right? And of course, the writer also introduces whatever it is that he or she is going to describe, the notebook itself, or if you prefer to call it a diary in this case. What 2 elements about the notebook will the writer focus on in his or her description? Well, to answer this question, you kind of have to look at the other paragraphs. That's why it's important to read the whole essay before getting to the paragraph itself. But basically, here, well, when the writer refers to the diary's simplicity, he's actually referring to a physical description of the diary. And that's what the writer actually does in the first body paragraph, provides a physical description of the diary. So it's a simple diary. I mean, it's not anything expensive, but it is very meaningful. So those 2 elements, they hint at the topics of the first and second body paragraphs, or the second and third essay paragraphs. One will be about a physical description of the diary, and the other will be about the meaning of the diary to the author or the writer in this case.